But also how I'm managing like any dryness from super bad allergy symptoms is steaming and lately nebulizing.
Yeah, and she's got it right here.
I do.
This is the most amazing way to help
my sweet Nebby.
Yeah, the vocal mist.
Yeah, this is the vocal mist nebulizer.
And I have one too. I love it.
Literally,
I have one too.
It's really important for these ones that you use the sterile, like isotonic saline that it comes with.
And you clean it.
Because these particles, different than a steamer, like a steamer will really help me clear my sinuses and stuff. And I still use it and love it all the time because it will help me breathe better.
Steaming makes me like feel so cozy.
Yeah, I love doing it right
like,
before I go to bed and like practicing meditation breathing with the steamer. It's amazing.
It's the heat too.
Yeah. But steaming particles are bigger, so they're not going to your vocal folds. They're not going to your lungs.
Hey Voxstar, and welcome to From Singer to Artist. I'm Lara Chapman, award-winning singer and songwriter turned viral vocal coach and the host of this show. At VoxTape Studios, we help singers from all over the world level up their voices by teaching them the 3 fundamental skills all singers need: technique, awareness, and artistry. Whether you're looking to go pro or just develop your voice for fun, my team and I are here to help. Check the link in the description to book your first session or grab some of our other resources. Alrighty, are you ready? Let's get started. About twice a year, we get singers coming into our studio being like, I have allergies, I can't sing, what can I do? I am one of those lucky people. I'm so sorry. I don't really have allergies, at least not where I live now.
I hate you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I have 2 people here with me, Coach Bri and Coach Kate from our team who do experience allergies.
Certified allergy experts.
There you go.
So fun.
I do have allergies when I go back home to Switzerland. So for some reason, you're allergic to the stuff that you grow up around. But then when you move, a lot of people experience this. When they move somewhere else, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't have allergies.
Oh, I did experience that too. And then my body caught up.
And then your body caught up. My body hasn't caught up yet, and I hope it never will. So
I'm hoping for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I don't know a lot about allergies and how it affects the voice. I mean, I, of course, like on paper, but I don't have the experience for it. So I'm glad that you two are both here to talk about it. So let's maybe first talk about allergies, how they affect your voice when you're singing.
Well, allergies can make you mucusy. It can make you, inflamed. It can cause rashes. It can cause anaphylaxis, like in some very serious cases. Allergies can really watery eyes, runny nose, maybe problems with the bathroom.
Like you can't take a full breath in.
Can't take a full breath in.
I mean, difficulty breathing.
It's a whole body experience to experience
and your
allergies.
nose gets stuffy or runny, so that makes it harder to breathe too. Or you sound a little nasally because it's kind of stuffy. For me, most of my allergies that I experience are my eyeballs. They get so itchy and bright red. And so luckily, it doesn't affect the voice that much. But I mean, still a little bit, but
Yeah, so most of the time, if people are experiencing allergy symptoms, they might take an antihistamine, which just helps mostly with like your respiratory stuff. And I guess also it can help in any way, shape, or form. Like people take Benadryl, if they get a rash or they're itchy or stuff like that. But the biggest thing that antihistamine is going to do to your voice is going to dry it out really bad and thin out the mucus layer on your vocal folds, which which is like a protective barrier on your voice. So it's really important that when you're taking an antihistamine daily, that you are hydrating, because without that extra water, our mucus can get so thin that it becomes really dry, which is what I am experiencing at this very second. Because I took an allergy pill yesterday and it dried my voice out so much that I literally felt like I lost my voice last night.
Oh no.
And then this morning I woke up and I'm still very dry, but I didn't take an allergy pill because I didn't want to lose my, experience losing my voice and talking about voice on a podcast at the same time. Do as I say, not as I do kind of thing. But, Yeah, and it can really affect your voice if you take one every day. But I think the important thing to note is that not all allergy pills are the same. Like some people experience, and also we're not doctors. This is not a recommendation. If you have a problem with allergies, go see an allergy specialist. Talk to your primary care physician. These are just things that we've learned and have helped us in our journeys.
Not all allergy pills are the same.
Oh, yeah. Like some people think like Claritin doesn't work for them. Some people think that Zyrtec is really over-drying, which is what happens to me. Some people only take Flonase, or they take I like Astepro. That's what my laryngologist recommended because it's like the least drying of the antihistamines apparently. So I like that one, but it does make you feel like you're going to sneeze. It's a nasal spray.
Okay.
Yeah, but it does make you feel like you're going to sneeze for like 10 minutes. And then you're like, wow, I can breathe. It's so nice here. Yeah. And I didn't bring that. Yeah, I didn't bring that this month.
Are you someone who does sinus rinses a lot?
No.
Okay.
No.
I do sinus rinses a lot. So I wonder if it would trigger that same like sneeze reflex for as long. I mean, because I'm just used to like flushing shit.
Yeah, I do like a saline. I do like a saline spray in my nose, but not like the neti pot. You know what I mean? Like the neti, but that really helps some people. But you kind of have to like pick and choose what works for you with antihistamines. Like I have one student who came in freshman in college, and they were like, "I'm on 3 antihistamines right now because their doctor had recommended it because they were coming from across the country to school." And they were like, I just can't sing anything right now. And I was like, well, yeah, you're on 3 antihistamines.
No yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of like, that's the basis of my knowledge on antihistamines and how they can affect your voice. Yeah, you have stuff about like allergy shots and things like that, right?
Yeah, well, I think like the important thing as singers to remember and like focus on is like you were just saying, everybody's allergy symptoms are different, like depending on where you are, like we could be allergic to the same things in the same city and still have our symptoms present differently, right? Like you could get watery eyes and like a little bit of a cough, and I might just get like congestion deep in my sinuses that I can't even like do anything about, like by trying to blow my nose in a tissue. Like nothing's gonna happen, but like I can just feel that it's inflamed and like tight and there's stuff up in there. So step 1 to like learning to navigate allergies with singing is really just check in with your body and like become familiar and try and pinpoint, okay, what are my symptoms? Like really start listening to your body. When you can start listening to what your body is telling you, because she will communicate. Okay. They always tell us.
You might not like it.
And for some people, it's really easy to listen. And for some people, it is really not easy. So, but just being aware of that, like I've noticed in my own allergy experience, like shifting of symptoms. Like I had terrible seasonal allergies as a kid, got allergy testing when I was young back home, like in Southern California, and was on antihistamines, and our doctor first was like having us on Claritin, and then they switched to Zyrtec because Claritin wasn't really being effective anymore. That's another thing. If you're taking antihistamines daily for a long period of time, you will start to build up a tolerance to that medicine, right? So a lot of people, and even like my allergy nurses and doctors that I see to get my injections, which I'll talk more about and explain kind of what those are in a second, will be like, yeah, sometimes you have to like hop around to different allergy meds and try them if you notice that you're still having like breakthrough symptoms and what used to work really well
like with
wasn't
antibiotics, what they say too.
Yeah.
If you take too many of those, eventually builds up tolerance.
Yeah. I really think for anything like alcohol. Like it's just the same. Like if you expose your body to it over and over again, you'll start building up a tolerance. And like,
That's why I can drink half a drink and I'm like, hello, everybody. I'm a very cheap date.
Anyways, but so when I was 18, I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and
From California.
Had terrible seasonal allergies in California, moved to Nashville, Tennessee. Everyone was like, allergies are so bad going into my first spring there. And I was like, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I'm fine. And everybody hated me because I was like singing up in my juries and seminars and stuff. And I was just A-okay.
Killing it. Yeah.
All right. Like
Vibing. Yeah.
I was just vibing. I wasn't like having issues with like sneezing or coughing or stuffy nose, congestion, anything. And then about my senior year, of college is when I started to get allergy symptoms in Tennessee. And I was like, oh. Because also during that meantime, like the first few years that I was living in Nashville, every time I would go home, I would have terrible allergies. Like I would just be like, it would be unbearable how much I would be constantly sneezing and my eyes watering and my nose running and everything.
Yeah.
When I was back home in California, exposed to the same allergens that I grew up like being allergic to.
Yeah.
Right. And then once I started getting allergy symptoms in Tennessee, every year after that, it became worse until last year I finally was referred to an allergist because I kept getting sick, like with a cold or a flu or something. And then it would turn into these like 8-12 week long sinus infections that I was going to ENT after ENT and on all these different antibiotics and steroids for. This happened like multiple years in a row. And I was like, something is not right. What is wrong with me? And I finally had somebody like an ENT take a scope up my nose. And she was like, it looks really allergic. And I was like, crazy that you say that. Like that feels like such a cheap response to me. Like it felt like, are we even really looking for a problem? But I was like, okay, fine. Like I'll go to the allergist. And so I got referred and last year went and got skin testing in Tennessee and lit up like a Christmas tree. Like everything. I was allergic to everything that was outdoors. Luckily, no like indoor allergens, which I will say is also really important. If you are someone who suffers from like seasonal allergies, or maybe you feel like you just have allergies or like chronic congestion like all the time, go get allergy testing done because it's really important and it will change your approach to navigating and mitigating your symptoms if you can know whether it's all external, like environmental allergens, or if it's like internal. Like I'm not allergic to dust mites. I'm not allergic to other like mold spores or things that you would find inside a home, inside a living environment that other people is like, they're not allergic to the outside, but they're really allergic to the inside. So they have to have different.
My parents'
like,
home. I always joke I'm allergic to my parents' home. I just can't be there. I have to sleep at my brother's house. I can't sleep in the room that I grew up in. And it was fine for the longest time. And then I switched to a different room, got a bunch of new furniture, IKEA furniture. And ever since then, that was in high school.
Yeah.
Terrible allergies.
Must be something in the furniture that your body just like doesn't like.
That's what we're thinking too.
You know?
But so now I just sleep at my brother's house, which is like right there.
Yeah.
It's just across the whatever. It's right there, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm allergic to the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a moment where it's like knowledge is power, like get a test so you can be like,
so you can
instead
know.
of being like, why am I feeling this way? It's like, oh, this is why I'm feeling this way. And it can just be very comforting, you know, to have those like,
and validating. I'm like,
100%.
Because what we realized was I really was so allergic. And that's why those sinus infections were taking so long to clear, is because I would get sick and there would be inflammation in the nose and it would close off the sinus passages because there's such little teeny tiny, like doors essentially between your actual like nose and the sinus cavities in your face. And so being so allergic, like then the inflammation just would stay.
yeah. Oof.
And so I couldn't ever like get back to normal. Anyways, we decided that for me, it was the best like course of action to try allergy shots, which is immunotherapy. So I'm going every week. Well, now the frequency is reduced, to every other week. But to go get injected with the allergens that I'm allergic to, like custom cocktailed together for me. And so
that you can build up a tolerance.
So I can build up a tolerance, and desensitize my body to the allergens. So it's only been the first, not even quite a whole year that I've been doing them. But I did notice that like through the fall and winter, which were minimal allergens, but especially like during the fall, I would have expected to get sick like 2 or 3 times, and I didn't get sick.
Oh,
at all.
yeah.
So in the spring,
that's awesome.
I did get sick a couple times, but I was able to recover, and I didn't end up with sinus issues that lasted for like weeks on weeks on weeks on weeks. Anyways, while I'm doing allergy shots, I'm taking 4 Zyrtec a day.
That's crazy.
Because like my body is so prone to react because I'm literally getting injected with it. And actually in January, I started getting anaphylactic reactions. So now I have to have an EpiPen. And it happened like 3 times that I was getting anaphylaxis from the injections because, again, it's direct allergen serum going into my body. So now our solution to move forward is, 1, we're like slow dosing. We're increasing by less each time. And also we're rinsing the needles in epinephrine. So I'm getting microdosed with adrenaline, like epi, which is the antidote to an anaphylactic reaction, right?
Yeah.
You hear EpiPen, that's what you get in the hospital. Or people with like peanut allergies or anything like that's going to trigger immediately. And so that there's just a little bit of epi in those needles before the allergen is getting injected into my body. And that's helped mitigate and have me not have another systemic or anaphylactic reaction so far. So fingers crossed that
Science
it
is
doesn't
amazing.
happen again, because having my throat closed was low-key traumatic, but
Of course. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is really cool that they're able to do that. Like,
yeah.
man, I love science.
I feel so lucky
sick.
with like my care team too, because I got to be really involved in that conversation of like, this is what I feel comfortable with, and this is what I'm like don't feel comfortable with. And they're like, I can't believe you've been having such bad skin reactions. And I'm like, I don't care about those. They're like, people have quit allergy shots for how bad your skin reactions are, like at the injection sites. And I was like, I don't care as long as you can make it so that my throat doesn't close again.
Yeah.
Because especially like at that time I was living by myself. Like it was just me, and I was like, oh, well, I have to make the call like before I can't get help anymore.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're doing allergy shots and you're taking antihistamines at the same time. So the antihistamines, are those, and this might be a doctor question, I'm sorry, but
okay.
like, are those just like relieving the symptoms so the allergy shots are still doing their job?
So when you're
or is it like canceling each other out? Like, like in my brain, I'm like,
it's not quite canceling each other out, but it's helping my body not to overreact to the allergen serum, so that the symptoms are not so bad, so that I'm not having anaphylaxis.
Yeah.
And like when your body is exposed to something, an allergen, your system floods with histamines, like that, like antihistamine is literally going to lower that reaction. Because it's your immune system flagging something that it doesn't need to flag, that's not actually something that's should kill you, but has decided.
Yeah, your body's like, but I think it could.
But I think it could, so I'm going to really
confused.
attack it. But then it ends up like causing harm to your body in other ways, right? Like
stupid immune system.
Right. Exactly.
We're going to get into that with a different episode.
So it's lowering that histamine reaction so that I don't have as bad like symptoms to the allergen.
Yeah.
And
okay, cool.
And we're using so much more, like I'm on 4 Zyrtec a day right now. That is not like the goal of the allergy shots is that I only have to take 1 Zyrtec a day, like during allergy season, and not every day for the whole year, no matter what, you know, like, and maybe even can get off of it completely or need it as like a spot treatment.
Yeah. So I have a question.
Yeah.
How has your voice been affected by taking so much Zyrtec?
Yes.
Because goodness, that's a lot.
Well,
Gosh, like your body too. Like,
that's
a lot.
I haven't noticed it being like so drying for me, but I also am a bit of a hydration fiend.
She's hydrated.
Especially like working from home or working like hybrid remote. Like I'm just, if I have my water bottle with the straw and it's in front of me, sipping on it all day long, like refilling like a 40-ounce like Stanley, like 4 or 5 times a day.
Wow.
And also, especially as the doses of the allergy shots, like the immunotherapy has gotten higher. So like, and that's been impacting how I feel more, incorporating like an electrolyte drink at least once a day.
Yeah.
Like I really love making that nightly. I'll do like
Liquid IV.
Yeah. Or I get like a little tub of it, like it lasts way longer.
Oh, yes.
And just do a little scoop of it. And sometimes you can make it fun, like mix it up and then add like a sparkling water or something if you like sparkles. If you don't, like I get it.
Sleepy girl mocktail,
Yes.
not cocktail.
Yeah.
Mocktail.
Yeah.
Well, some people probably do that.
But that's been like super huge and helpful too. And the way my body reacts to having electrolytes is crazy. I'll be like, I just feel so dead. I need electrolyte drink. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I can do anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel very similarly when I get an electrolyte. Yeah, when I have electrolytes,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow, is this how people live?
That is so funny. Like I've never heard anybody in Switzerland talking about electrolytes. It wasn't until I moved here. I think even
is a lot of your water more like mineral water?
Yeah.
Which is not the water here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's very
Like,
different. Yeah. Is
Yeah,
maybe
that's
that
true.
maybe you don't
Yeah.
need it there. Because
You're getting it in water more.
If you don't want to
regularly.
spend a lot of money on liquid IV, you can put a little pinch of salt in your water and maybe like a lemon. Or something.
Yeah.
But even if you just put enough salt in the water so you don't taste it, but it will actually help you hydrate. So if you're just like drinking a ton of water and like peeing it out immediately, it's like not soaking in, put a little pinch of salt in your water. That'll help.
Yeah, that'll help. But also how I'm managing like any dryness from super bad allergy symptoms is steaming and lately nebulizing.
Yeah, and she's got it right here. I
do.
This is the most amazing way to help.
My sweet Nebby.
Yeah, the vocal mist.
Yeah, this is
She
the
is
vocal mist
that girl.
nebulizer.
I have one too. I love it.
Literally,
I have one too.
it's really important for these ones that you use the sterile like isotonic saline that it comes with.
And you clean it.
And you clean it because these particles, different than a steamer, like a steamer will really help me clear my sinuses and stuff. And I still use it and love it all the time because it will help me breathe better.
Steaming makes me like feel so cozy.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
I love
explain
doing
it.
it
I'm
right
just like,
before I go to bed and like practicing like meditation breathing with the steamer. It's amazing.
It's the heat too.
Yeah, but steaming particles are bigger, so they're not going to your vocal folds, they're not going to your lungs. Nebulizer is such a fine mist that it is going directly to your vocal folds and then therefore into your lungs. So you can't use tap water. In fact, if you do, you'll probably get a terrible infection and like
no, don't do that.
don't do that.
Unalive
Bad news.
yourself.
It's like dumb ways to die.
Yeah. Literally.
So many dumb ways to die. Like putting tap water in your nebulizer. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And I'll say it again. Don't. Okay.
I really
so
try to
this
make
has
sure
been-
that people clean their like all the parts of a nebulizer too. Like I have little like sterilizer, like little wipes, and I will like sterilize my nebulizer because it can grow bacteria and molds like really easily. So you want to make sure that you're doing that with your nebulizer.
Yeah. And also, another thing, which this isn't necessarily helping with like hydration, but another way that I really like thing that I've worked into my allergy routine is sinus rinses and like neti pot. And it's super weird to start out with.
It is very weird the first time you try it.
Because you're like waterboarding.
My mom has been
yourself.
doing it to me since I was a kid, like because we had it so bad when we were little, and we had like the blue like teapot one where you
I remember that.
sideways. But now they have the little squeeze bottle, so all you have to do is like lean your head forward over the sink. You're like 10 times less likely to get it to go down the back of your throat and feel like it's disgusting. So that's good because the blue teapot tilting your head sideways, it went down the wrong way a couple times.
Yeah, they were going for the
horrible.
look and not so much the efficiency
Yeah.
of it with the teapot.
Like letting gravity do the work.
I love a saline nasal spray too. I'll get a lot of those at CVS, and I'll recommend those to my students because they'll say like my nasal like passages are so dry, or when it's like really you're in a really dry environment.
Yeah.
Not so much like in Indiana or maybe California because it's like a dry heat. Or well, I'm sorry, in Indiana
it's
humid.
Yeah.
In California, very dry heat, or like if you're in Colorado, the mountains can really cause a lot of dry air and like right. So your nose gets really dry. So like a saline spray. I love a saline spray. If you're flying on a plane for a long time, saline spray is really good. I wish I had a saline nasal spray with me so bad right now because I'm
like
so dry.
twofold benefits. Like it's hydrating and it's gonna like
It's soothing.
put some moisture in, but also the saline is gonna help reduce like mucus production.
Yes, and if you have like allergens in your in your nostrils, ugh.
Yeah,
There's something about that word I don't like, but it'll help rinse them out, so you can feel like okay, I can breathe a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't know if you do get like a lot of congestion in your face.
Yes,
I'll get it so bad. Like my eyebrows will be like tender to touch them. And I'll
I've never had tender eyebrows. That's a new one. I'll get really tender like in my sinuses though.
and I'll get them here too. Well, because you
over.
have sinuses here too.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have them like here and here. And
it'll throb.
one thing
Around your eyeballs, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad. Like it'll turn into like a migraine headache for me. And then I'm like, oh, I'll do a sinus rinse and then it'll feel better.
Yeah.
Like help that go away. But that's been like literally years of me of having that pattern happen for me to notice it and be able to now know like, oh, this is what my body needs to solve this. which is going back to like, you gotta just learn how to be in touch with your body. Like, get grounded in it. But also for like congestion, because a lot of the congestion that I have from allergies is not like I blow my nose and it alleviates it. Like it's so deep in there. Yeah. And so
have you ever used a gua sha?
I have. And I struggle like using it every time, but I'll do like a gua sha routine with just my fingers in the shower or when I'm like putting my skincare on. And especially in the mornings, like something about like doing this and then these and then draining like the lymph nodes on either side of my neck.
I do it every day because I retain water.
Clears the brain fog, like clears the last of the fog of like when you're waking up in the morning. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm ready to live my day.
For audio listeners, she's like pressing on her face, like right in front of her ears, like right on the sides of her nose, and then like pulling all of like down from behind your ears down your neck. So it's kind of like a little like massage. Lymphatic drainage.
Lymphatic drainage, like gua sha routine.
Yeah. Those can be really helpful.
But I'll take like my hooked index fingers and start at the inner corner of like my cheeks, like right under my eyes, at the sides of my nose, and then drag down and out back towards my temples and above my ears. And then do the same thing. Usually I'll do my thumbs, starting at the middle of my brow, up and out to the sides, and kind of finding that same spot in my temple to kind of finish that massage. And I'll do like, I don't know, like 10 maybe in each spot, and then take my knuckles, like index and middle finger, spread apart like almost like a V, and go start at my chin and go out under my jaw, and then like kind of turn down the neck, and then do like
the sides
of my neck.
Yeah, so you're trying to drain it down into like,
oh my god, literally even doing that I'm like, oh wow,
it really does make a difference.
Like it's so fast.
I know I've been really I was really bad about gua shaing for a while, but I actually really do notice like a huge difference when I do it. I retain a lot of water. If I don't drink water, my face gets really puffy. It's crazy. So I'm always like, okay, I gotta drink water so my face doesn't get puffy. But it's, gua shaing in the shower is really helpful. If you are having trouble maintaining a routine of gua sha, I would recommend put it in your shower. So every time you go to wash your face, you just do it right before you wash your face. And it's really helpful with the sinuses. I
think that's about like all I've got for allergies.
And this is all trial and error stuff, you know?
And everybody's going to be a little different. But what I'm hearing you guys say is get to know your body and get allergy tested if it gets really bad. Don't feel like you have to suffer through allergies and not take anything at all for the sake of your voice. I think that's also maybe a little
please take an antihistamine if it helps you.
And don't be afraid to like kind of shop around and figure out which one is going to work the best for your body, because I took Claritin for many years, like loratadine.
I'm a Claritin girly when I experience.
And like a lot of people, do have success with it.
Occasionally, like I'll take it and it'll work okay. But like we took Zyrtec for years as a kid, and then it stopped working in high school. So then I didn't take it forever and ever and ever. And when I got into this allergy clinic, where I've been doing my injections, then they were like, you should take Zyrtec. It's the best one to help with the like treatment and stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I'll still have, and I didn't have the tolerance anymore because I hadn't taken it for so many years.
With the injections too, I had a singer here in the studio, Rachel, and she's a singer in many different bands, event bands, and so she's singing a ton. And she said just before, like when like allergy season was really, really bad in the spring, she said, I just got a shot. Like went to the doctor to get a shot to hold her over the next couple of days. Somehow I didn't ask like the details about it. Was it like
immunotherapy? Like we don't know what the shot was.
I think it was not like to alleviate like in the long term, but just for like the next, like a steroid shot essentially.
Okay.
So she did that, and she's like, best thing ever, because then I don't have to take allergy pills or anything like that for a couple of days. It kind of like. Like, for the, just for the worst, the worst week, it kind of helps.
I thought of something. Okay. The singer that has to sing and you're having terrible allergies and you're coughing a lot. Coughing, the sound that's made is literally your vocal folds like slamming into each other. Okay. That's going to cause inflammation the fastest and make you feel like you're losing your voice. Yes. if you need to sing and you just want something to soothe, and you are looking for like a lozenge or something, try to avoid ones with menthol. That's going to be really drying.
Point.
I had a professor in college recommend like Hall's Breezers or the knockoff, you know, the active ingredient is like pectin or something, which is like a plant-based
Yeah, the
something.
menthol. Yeah,
But
it's really hard to find.
Yeah.
They're hard to find the non-menthol ones, but you can.
But it feels really good. It's almost like, it almost feels like when I'm drinking a throat coat tea. But in like a little cough drop, that does help kind of reduce coughing without drying the vocal folds.
Take one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my tip for like emergency, like if you have to sing and you're having like a bad allergy flare up.
Yeah.
Also, if you have a steamer, that'll help like
Yeah,
last minute.
I'll put the link
or
for a nebulizer in the description as well if you want to get a nebulizer. Steamers are a little cheaper than nebulizers usually.
You could get a solid nebulizer on Amazon for like $20.
Oh,
Like,
really? Wow.
Yeah, the vocal mist is definitely probably like better, but if you're looking to like try it, see if
budget
it
version?
helps,
Yeah.
you can get the saline packets on Amazon as well.
Okay.
The good thing about vocal mist is that they will like literally mail you like every like 6 months, 3 months.
Yeah, if you do the subscription thing.
saline packets, and they're really they're really wonderful.
Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
I'm sorry you're suffering from allergies.
I know.
And I'm sorry everybody listening or watching this is also suffering from allergies because I assume you wouldn't have clicked on it otherwise, like, unless you have allergies. But I'm sorry. Follow their tips and just figure out for yourself what works. Listen to your body and make a plan from there on out.
Ask your doctor, because
Yes.
we are not
No.
doctors.
No.
Yeah.
No. I love it. Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having
everybody
us.
tuning in. And check out the links for some resources. If you like with the nebulizer and the steamer and all that stuff, I'll put some of these resources in the description so you can just click. Okay. You don't have to do the research yourself, but feel free to do the research yourself. Anyways, alrighty. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.